Rosa.
Take you out to a game.
What do you want? Okay. Which one? They have backs on the Amstel Light? Okay, I'll get you one. Sve se govori što će zborati. Sve ste me govori što će zborati.
Mina.
And our agency, TDA, had the unique honor of being the first U.S. government agency to be responsive to a request from Macedonia. Right? Mishka came in, we sat there at the desk, and we were equally proud of our respective roles. And then all of a sudden, we looked down at the contract, and we had to use this horrible State Department prompt, right? So he looked at it and he lost color. What is the matter? Why can't you sign it? Well, wait a minute. Give me 5 minutes. So we gave it to Idris, and as usual, Idris, my assistant, went out and did something. And she returned 5 minutes later, and it said Macedonia. And then he looked at it and he said, but how can you do that? And I said, Secretary Christopher has never come and gone through our files. Not once. All right? So, this is a little thank you, if you will. All right? And it's U.S. Trade and Development Agency wishes to express appreciation to our guest of honor for his extraordinary efforts on behalf of Macedonia in representing his nation in our country with charm, energy, and dedication, and for perseverance and success in his leadership in the implementation of President Clinton's South Balkan Development Initiative. Thank you for all your help. We appreciate you a great deal.
Well, first of all, it's very hard to say goodbye to good friends and good relations which we have this couple of years. Here, I would like to do a special thanks back to for honoring me for the Antera. Yes. Yes. And honoring me for this reception. Of course, I'm delightfully. I don't know what to say. This is a really wonderful thing. And I do remember the first time when we met and when I really changed the color.
It's the first time in my life I'd ever broken a rule.
I hope that I will keep maintaining the relations we have today, and I'm going back to Macedonia. I'll be on the ground. I will try to help as much as I can to the U.S. company and the initiative which we started a couple of years ago. Of course, you all are going to be in my mind, and I'll be
Hi, Sydney. Hallo. Niemand sicher gehen.
My best friend here in the United States.
Yes.
You cannot catch Ajde, tresi malce, tresi.
The naval base at Norfolk, Virginia yesterday. Both ships.
Kickoff speaker for your day, Mort Downey. Mort Downey is the Deputy Secretary of the U.S. Department of Transportation, DOT, Washington, D.C. In his role as the department's Chief Operating Officer, he serves on the President's Management Council. He also serves as Chairman of the National Science and Technology Council's Committee on Transportation Research and Development. Prior to accepting President Clinton's appointment as Deputy Secretary, Mr. Downey served as Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer at the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, MTA, in New York, the nation's largest independent public authority. At the MTA, he was particularly involved in the capital rebuilding of the MTA system.
Thank you for that very kind introduction. And I'm particularly pleased to have Art invite me here today to talk about the federal perspective on public-private cooperation in transportation and what the Clinton administration proposes to do to work with you on these issues, both here at home and around the world. We all share a feeling about the importance of sustained investment in infrastructure. We're trying to carry that forward with a number of strategies, including management. There's a lot of items on an agenda of public-private cooperation that we could carry forward. We believe, as I said, in a strong role for the federal government in building and sustaining infrastructure, but it has to be done on a basis of partnership. We need those efficient and effective transportation systems, communications investments, and other infrastructure if we're really going to see long-term that we, and in fact all levels of government face. And it's said to us, find ways to meet these demands where we could do it without burdening that we are increasing investment at the same time we are decreasing the deficit shows that this strategy is working well. We're working with the Congress as it considers the national highway system, the NHS,
said he'll take any questions, just a few if there are any.
Rodney's going to answer them out the door.
So if there are any questions, you've answered everything. And we certainly appreciate your support of the NHS. And if there's anything we can do further to help you, let us know.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
Good morning. I'm Ken Mazzendis, contractor from Massachusetts. I'm this year's ARTBA chairman. On behalf of APA, I'd like to welcome everyone here and invited guests, and hopefully those that are invited will consider joining the PPB division. It is my pleasure to introduce a panel of individuals who played a key role in the Central and Eastern European Highway Market Development Conference. That conference brought together 165 public, private sector highway officials and executives from the U.S. and 14 nations in Central and Eastern Europe. The conference was a great success. Contacts were made, business was initiated, and undoubtedly a great deal of follow-up will take place. They could not have been realized without the active involvement of DOT, FHWA, TDA, and the governments from that region of the world. Rodney Slater the Federal Highway Administration, a job that he's held since May of last year when he was confirmed by the Senate. Previously, he was Director of Governmental Relations at Arkansas State University and Deputy Campaign Manager for President Clinton's campaign. FHWA has taken an increasingly proactive role in assisting U.S. firms export transportation-related services. Today, Rodney Slater will provide his views on the Budapest Conference and FHWA's future direction in other areas. Rodney, welcome to the 6th Annual PPB Conference, and again, thank you for your leadership in this important area.
Statement made 3 times this morning, and I have not heard a response from the audience one time. So I'd like to say again, good morning. Good morning. You know, this reminds me of an occasion I had a few nights ago when I was speaking. It was rather late, though, rather than early. And I was concerned about being, if you will. So I started out with my remarks, and things were going pretty well. But after a while, I recognized the fact that there were some on the back row in particular who were asleep. Now that was not a major problem for me because I must admit, frankly, I put people to sleep before. But on this occasion, the gentleman started to snore, and that did present a problem, and it became louder and louder. So after a while, I had a friend in the back of the room, and I said to the friend, if you would please, can you wake the gentleman up? And my friend said, as Pete might say, you put him to sleep, you wake him up. So with that as an icebreaker, and with our feeling good about this morning and the opportunities before us, let me begin to make some remarks. I found it very interesting last week that the Washington Post on September 7th report dealing with global competitiveness, which
ranked the United States as having the world's most competitive economy. One reason for this ranking, according to the report, is its transportation infrastructure. Also, it was noted that we rank highest, if you will, with regard to the ease of moving goods in and out of our economy. There are two things that I think have prepared us to not only have a robust economy,